Well, our £2 billion Growth and Prosperity Programme in Blackpool has got three strategic objectives, one of which is jobs in the growth sectors, focused on the enterprise zone and Silicon Sands. Another one is town centre regeneration in terms of getting more footfall and spending power in the town centre. But the third one that's relevant to Blackpool Central is trying to get a year-round tourism economy. Blackpool's got a massive tourism economy, sort of 23 million visits a year. But what we haven't got to the extent that we need it, we want to break the cyclical nature of tourism. But Blackpool Central's focal point is having world-class leisure that adds something to the Blackpool product. In other words, people are coming to Blackpool for all sorts of fabulous attractions at the moment. The Winter Gardens, the Tower Ballroom, the Tower itself, the Pleasure Beach, the Sandcastle Water Centre and the Promenade. That's what's bringing them there. But of course the issue is can we get them to come throughout the year? So there's a number of elements of that. One is having attractions on Blackpool Central and food and beverage and associated uses that actually is undercover, that actually people recognise as something new for Blackpool. We produce all this stuff for briefs for when we engaged the companies who are working with us, one of whom we met out in MIPIM last year, that's Leisureway and Newmark. But I said, if you want the simplest definition of our brief on Blackpool Central, it's when you've done the job, it'll be, wow, have you seen what they've done in Blackpool now? Because obviously everybody associates Blackpool with fun and tourism and exciting places to visit. So that is ultimately the brief, that it causes that by adding to the project, adding to the product that we've already got. So that, in simple terms, is the brief, and we're now looking at how that could be phased, fundamentally how it can be funded in this market, and that's what we're working on here at MIPIM with Newmark and Leisureway. Everywhere says they want this, that and the other, and they want investment in this, that and the other. But what attracts people, what attracts governments to fund stuff, what attracts private investors? People don't like to be going on their own somewhere. They want to go to places where things are happening. Your credibility is driven in this market about getting people to come to Blackpool to invest by your track record of delivery. Now we've got years of delivery now. We're into the second half of our £2 billion Growth and Prosperity Programme, and within that, of course, now we can point to a huge number of projects and investments that have taken place. So people know that when we talk about what we want to do next, it's on the back of all that's been delivered so far. Well, it's looking for two things. It's looking for familiarity in the stuff that it knows and likes, and that's what's drawn Blackpool, for example, with the illumination for years and decades, century, more than, I mean, it really has, it's over a century. So there's the familiarity of the known, going to the tower, etc. But it's also a big element is driven by the new. So for example, you take the Pleasure Beach, they're looking to introduce new rides, on a fairly regular basis over the last several years. Maybe every 2 or 3 years, to get people to come re-notice us. Oh, we need to go there now. I think nowadays it isn't just build a something. You've got to have a leisure project that's capable of adapting and changing, with virtual reality, immersive experiences and so on. Things that perhaps they can get elsewhere in isolation, but the thing is, it's part of a package of a whole series of attractions. So you've got the familiarity, and this is why you can bring the whole family, because we want to go and see the tower, we want to go to the beach, we want to go to the promenade, but we want to go to this amazing new thing that they've got on Blackpool Central, and you need that combination, because our target audience, as it always has been, is the family audience. Well, I think now, because the opportunities are here now, I mean, you can talk market conditions change and so on, but we're not talking about something for this year, we're talking about something for the future. And the issue of the opportunity, Blackpool Central will be a multi-phase development over a number of years. So market conditions will change in that time. But the thing is have we got a clear plan, have we got a clear structure, and that's what we're working with Newmark and Leisureway to get in place by this summer. And then it's a question of sticking to your plan, maybe adapting it as things change, as we've done at the enterprise zone, That's another story about we've changed our plans to take advantage of all the focus on net zero and AI with the Silicon Sands project. But we will have the same approach, pragmatic and flexible where it needs to be, as we take Blackpool Central forward. Our focus, and the reason we developed this growth and prosperity programme, growth of the economy to bring prosperity to the local residents, give them better valued job opportunities, more year-round sustained job opportunities, and therefore you get a spiral of growth. And you're able to raise people's aspirations in terms of what they can do. Whereas if people have thought there's only limited, if I can only get a summer job in the tourism industry, for example, and then the winter I'm on my own, we want to realise that actually, it's a much broader spectrum than that, and you should have higher aspirations, and we want to deliver those opportunities. We've got a major project with Blackpool and the Falk College called Multiversity, and the focus of that is making sure that not just at the beginning of their career, but throughout it, that people have multiple points of entry to develop their skills, to adapt, because the days of the 50-year-long career working for whoever, probably some of them still around, but basically they've gone. And people are looking now for multiple different changes, and that will require different skills. So that's why the focus is on that with Multiversity, the college, looking at working very closely with industry, what's coming. So, for example, AI and data, the data industries and all that will flow from that. These require new skills. And of course you find, I think we all know if you're older, the younger people are far better able at dealing with that. I love it, and the fact that there's great job opportunities there is brilliant.